Hello guys. Okay, let's see if the sound's working this time, because last time it was a bit disastrous. Hello guys. Awesome, I believe it is. Okay, so we've got a nice darkened screen here. Let's change things up. I'm going to take these off so I can't hear myself speaking. Much better. Okay, so let's have a look here. So in our last stream last week, we did quite well. We went onto the ladder with a new team, a heavy control team, and we went 4-0 in the new season, got our way to master rank, no problem. And then I spent the week thinking, oh, you know what? I want to try out a Sun team. I think that would be really, really fun. So I started building a Sun team, and it looked like this. It looked like this. I was like, you know what? I want Torkoal with Eruption. I want Lilligant with After You, so we can just catch people out, do lots of big damage, get that Torkoal moving first. Had choice specs as well. I also wanted to try out Drifblim because I thought, you know what? It's got tools to be really bulky, especially with a good Terra type. So I wanted to give that a try. Of course, I paired that with Indeedee so we can get the Psychic Seed off as well. I thought, you know, you could get to an end game where Drifblim would be really good and pretty much unbeatable. We've seen like Garganical win the regional the other week. So stalling Pokemon, not stalling Pokemon, but Pokemon that are difficult to remove, they can do well in this format if they're the last thing on the field. So I wanted to give this a try. And then lastly, since I had a Trick Room mode, Gastrodon went on the team, so we had a way to deal with water types for our Sun team, of course. And then Paldea and Tauros, the fire type, for Intimidate, and also for a bit of a faster mode as well, to supplement the faster mode and take advantage of the Sun as well. So I spent a while making this team. I took it online thinking it would be, you know, pretty good, and I had a few battles with it, and let me tell you, it was pretty mediocre. It didn't quite work out as I was hoping. Part of the reason though was because I'm still falling into traps sometimes. You know, still not used to some abilities. For example, Will-O-Wisp, you can't burn Baxcalibur, which I know that its ability raises its attack, I believe, if it hit by a fire move, but it still takes damage from fire moves. It doesn't mention that you can't Will-O-Wisp it. So I lost the game because of that. I also tried to Will-O-Wisp Garganical at one point as well, which also didn't work. So still learning. But I went from 4-0 to 7-9. So I won 3 and I lost 9, which is pretty bad. And I kept running into Dondozo. I was like, you know what? I'm not happy with this. We need to sort this issue out. There's too many Dondozo on the ladder. People getting too comfortable just slapping their Dondozo on a team with their Tatsugiri and then with their Meowscarada and then trying to win the game from there. So I was like, okay, let's put an end to that if we can. I know people have been trying to do it, but no one's successfully done it. So here's what I was thinking. So there are many ways to deal with Dondozo, from Haze being the most popular, of course, and Haze. What else is there? There's not that much to deal with Dondozo. People make it sound easier than it is, but it's not that easy. Your own Dondozo with Fisher as well you could use, but it is a bit of a pain to try and beat. The way I like to beat Dondozo is to take advantage of the fact that it can't switch out. So, first things first, I wanted a fast Pokemon with Encore. So I decided to go with the Prankster Pokemon. Sableye gets Prankster, and it gets Encore. I've already featured Sableye not on stream, but in 2 videos I've uploaded, 2 different teams I've uploaded. They're the only 2 they're the only 2 actual battle videos that I've uploaded on the channel for Scarlet and Violet. They both featured this Sableye, and it's back with Encore. So Encore, and then I wanted a fast Pokemon that had access to Disable. So if we have a look at what that would be, fast as in it needs to outspeed Meowscarada, which is base 120. Only one Pokemon does that, and it's Dragapult. Luckily, Dragapult's a pseudo-legendary, so it's pretty strong. So between these two moves, we can lock down Dondozo, and it can't switch out. It will do a bit of damage with Struggle, because it'll have its attack boosted as well, but that's okay. So what I was keeping in mind here was your typical Tatsugiri Meowscarada teams, where they lead the Tatsugiri with the Choice Scarf, and then they have the Sash on the Meowscarada, and then they try to kind of pivot out from there or do a bit of damage, get Dondozo in, and just win from there. So we got Encore, but that's not the only thing we have, because how do we deal with Meowscarada being a Dark type? We can't hit it with any Prankster status moves. So I also needed a Pokemon with Feint, which is also where Sableye comes in, because people are going to protect in front of the Fake Out that I'm not actually running. So I can Feint it, and this Dragapult, I need that to be able to beat Meowscarada. How do we do that? Very easily. We change this Terra typing to Fairy, and we slap on Terra Blast, and then Meowscarada is the one that ends up slipping out the battle pretty quick. So even if they don't protect, we just Feint them, and then we Terra Blast them, and they're gone. What does Tatsugiri do? So Tatsugiri can go for the Icy Wind. I needed a Pokemon that can't have its speed dropped. Would you look at that? Dragapult gets Clear Body as well. So this was a case of, it was like Liam Neeson from Taken. I needed a Pokemon with a very particular set of skills, and I got exactly what I wanted, which doesn't happen often in team building, especially in these kind of formats. So, can't have my speed dropped by Icy Wind. They can't Draco me either, because I'll be Terra typing into the Fairy type. So we knock out the Meowscarada, they get Dondozo in, I protect with Dragapult, I detect with Sableye, and then we just lock them in from there and struggle themselves to death. Of course, this doesn't always work. It will work against that setup, but other Dondozo teams, there might be a bit of variation, a bit harder to play around, but if we can get the Dondozo in, it should work well. Anyway, this is not a full Pokemon team, believe it or not. We do have 4 more members to get through as well. So from here, I was like, okay, where can I go? So next up was, I was thinking Trick Room's going to be a bit of a problem. So particularly in DD and Armor Rouge, I put Dragon Darts onto Dragapult, so I've got a nice spread move. And I was like, you know what? I want some strong Rock Slides coming out. And an immunity to Ghost type moves. Sorry, an immunity to Psychic type moves. A resistance to those Ghost type moves coming in towards Dragapult. And these two Pokemon, their typings complement each other very well defensively. So Tyranitar with some nice Rock Slide going on as well. So if I do face indeed Trick Room teams, I've got some strong spread damage coming out. Now from here, I was like, hang on a minute, I can get my own Trick Room mode going on here. So Armor Rouge comes onto the team. So last week I had Armor Rouge as well, and this one's different. This one is different. So of course it's still Flash Fire. This one is actually the Grass Terra type, which is nothing new. It's new for me because I haven't played it. I've played Fire Terra types, but Grass Terra type with Energy Ball, of course, and Armor Cannon. I always get it wrong. And Armor Cannon, so big damage. And it's holding a weakness policy. So my previous one was holding a Life Orb, and that was adding up over time, especially if I wanted to set up Trick Room and maybe took prior damage. This one's holding a weakness policy. So from here, it's like, okay, can I activate my own weakness policy? I need a Pokemon that can help me set up Trick Room and activate the weakness policy. There is a Pokemon that does that. It's Hariyama. I featured Hariyama in the last video alongside Armor Rouge, but this one's different, I promise. So the last one was Guts with Flame Orb. This one is Thick Fat with Citrus Berry. Now, the reason that we want Hariyama is for the Fake Out, so we can get our Trick Room up if we need to. Also, because it has access to Wide Guard, which is going to be useful because we've got 2 Pokemon here, weak to Earthquake, and then Armor Rouge is, of course, weak to Rock Slide as well, and Garchomp's everywhere, so it's going to be Earthquaking all over the show. Goldengo's annoying, so we've got some Wide Guard going on. And, of course, we have Close Combat. But Terrence, you said you wanted a Pokemon to activate Armor Rouge's weakness policy. Well, what do you know? Hariyama gets Surf. So I was like, we'll give that a go. What is it, special attack? 40? Yeah, I'll do that. I'll give that a try. So we've got a Trick Room mode with a pretty cool way to activate our own weakness policy and go from there. I would like to put Heat Wave on Armor Rouge, but it's fine. We've gone with a single target nuke with Armor Cannon and then the potential Energy Ball. Why don't I put Energy Ball on the team again? Yeah, just to deal with water types in general if needed. Anyway, from there, the final slot. What else do I need? I was thinking, Well, for me as a player, I don't lean. I rarely lean hard into one form of speed control. And when I say one form of speed control, I mean either Tailwind or Trick Room, specifically Trick Room. So even though these are, well, they're not even that slow. Hariyama's a slow Pokemon. Tyranitar's middling speed. Armarouge isn't particularly slow for this format. So I up their speed so that I can also play them in Tailwind as well. So I do want a Tailwind Pokemon. Now, if we look at the Tailwind Pokemon that we have, my options. I wanted something that... What did I want? I wanted something good. That's what I wanted. Ideally, something that could help deal with Water-type Pokemon and Rain teams. So, there's one option that can do that very well. That option is a little Pokemon that I've never used before. Lumineon. It gets the Storm Drain ability, which of course sucks in those Water-type moves. Now, that's all well and good. That's all well and good using Lumineon. I could even activate my weakness policy, although it's stab water moves. I'd have to run something like Water Gun and target myself, which I didn't fancy doing. And what else does it do? Unfortunately, it doesn't do anything. It's very weak. It's a very weak Pokemon. Doesn't really do much. Even its support moves, like Encore. Encore's good, but it's not that fast. Helping Hand you could get away with, but I'm not willing to have this on my team just for setting up Tailwind. Soak's kind of cool. Could do some Soak stuff, but then again, I can only use Lumineon next to Armarouge. I can't really use it next to anything else. So another option was Scizor, which I actually got. I got Water-type Scizor to help deal with nothing really. It's just a strong Pokemon, isn't it? Strong Pokemon with Technician and Bullet Punch. Does a lot of damage. Doesn't really help me with Water types though, to be fair. However, I did have this one as Water Terra type with Terra Blast and Bullet Punch as well, so that we can catch out opposing Fire types, even though I don't have too much of an issue with the Fire types. But I was like, no, there's one more Pokemon I can use. That Pokemon is Masquerain. Another Pokemon that I've never used before in playing VGC. Thanks, Gun. Good to see you. Good to see you here. A Pokemon I've never used before in VGC. And actually, when I was playing through Pokemon Scarlet version, I caught a shiny Surskit at the beginning of the game. Like really early on, I was really lucky. So I was like, you know what? I want to use that. So I put Masquerain on the team. And Masquerain not only gets access to Tailwind and Intimidate, also gets access to a little move called Aqua Jet. So I've now got two options in Trick Room and in Tailwind to get my weakness policy off and try to win from there. The other two moves, the problem is Masquerain isn't exactly a powerhouse itself, and also its Terra type should be Grass, but we'll come back to that a little bit later. For now, we'll leave it as Bug. It's outside of Intimidate, it's got decent damage. It's base 100 special attack. It can set up Tailwind. It can Aqua Jet, Armarouge as well. There might be better options. We've got Intimidate as well. I'm willing to give it a go. Anyway, that's a rundown of that. So I want to show you something. Oh no, don't disconnect. I want to show you something. Oh hey, look, I got the team already. That's cool. That was fast. So Masquerain, Bug Terra type, should be Grass, but only have 3 Terra Shards, and I can't be bothered. I figured that if I'm going to be terrestrializing Masquerain, I'm probably going to lose the game anyway. It's going to be a desperation move. So I put the Sharp Beak on it as well. It's one of those cases of what item do you put on it? I had Sash on it, but that's gone to Dragapult now. So the idea is we're going to find some Dondozo, and we're going to make them regret. We're going to make the opposing player regret bringing Dondozo. No one's managed to come up with a strategy to beat it handily yet, but I'm going to give it a go with this team because I'm getting pretty sick of it. So we'll see how we get on. One or two final things that I haven't mentioned. So we've got the Citrus Berry on Hariyama. We've got Tyranitar with Babiri Berry. I played with Rindo as well. Rindo for Meowscarada, but I can beat Meowscarada anyway. Babiri Berry to help us go up against the King Gambits. should they outspeed us if it's in Trick Room and go for that Iron Head. And then we can hit back for big damage with the low kick. So that's why we've gone for the fighting coverage there. And for Sableye, I've actually gone both Encore and Disable. So Encore is necessary because we want it paired with Dragapult's Disable. But Disable is still very useful on Sableye as well. It's still such a cool move. There are many other options. I could go Fake Out. I could go Light Screen. I could go Snarl. But I've played Disable on this Sableye. It works, and I don't need it to rely on Dragapult either. And it will catch people out, and it has caught people out. So I took this team onto the ladder, and yeah, got 3 wins very quickly. So we're positive again. We're 10-9. And yeah, let's take it back onto the ladder now and see if we can improve that record. Hey, Andre, I can see you. I can see you. Can you hear me? I hope so. I hope my sound hasn't gone off. E's in the chat. Is that a new one? Is it not F's in the chat anymore? So I took this team onto the ladder. Okay, so that's still working. Okay, let's do this. Watch me just get bodied by Dondozo now. Either face no Dondozo or just lose to every single Dondozo. Awesome. Awesome. I'm glad you guys are still watching. You don't have to listen to me making disgusting drinking noises this week either. Sound all seems to be working fine. Let me know if the audio is too loud or anything. What's going on here? There's a Tatsugiri. There's no Dondozo. What's that all about? Okay, that's weird. That's really weird. That Hydreigon should be a catfish. This makes things kind of awkward because we've got the Indeedee and the Drifblim, and the Psychic Terrain shuts down Sableye a bit as well. So, what should we do? I'm kind of stumped. This is a bit weird. I think they probably do just lead the Indeedee Drifblim. I would lead Sableye against Tatsugiri Meowscarada, but it's so risky leading that if they do lead the other two. Okay, we're gonna do that. Yeah, we're gonna do that. No, we're not gonna do that. We are gonna lead these two. We'll bring Tyranitar as well, and we'll go with Armor Rouge as well. So this is a weird one. Hey guys, thanks for coming along. You're about to see me. I don't know what's gonna happen. we'll see what the leads are. Cool pick. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mute my mic. Hopefully you didn't hear me slurping my tea there. Okay, so not the lead I was hoping for. This is not how you predict leads, guys. So what do we think? What do we think? Will-O-Wisp. Sableye needs to get off the field, I can tell you that much. So Tyranitar is going to come straight in. Wouldn't surprise me if we just see the straight Will-O-Wisp. I'm tempted to just disable the Indeedee. No, I'm not, because I can just Dragon Darts anyway. We'll see. We'll play it safe. I chose Skeledirge as well as my star. I do think Meowscarada is maybe the coolest looking one, though, to be fair. So we're bringing Tyranitar. I'm breaking my own Focus Sash here as well with the sand. It's just a straight Tailwind. Okay. Okay, sure thing. Dazzling Gleam. Okay, so not ideal. Not ideal at all, but I think here we do see probably the Will-O-Wisp come out. Do I think I outspeed the Indeedee with Dragapult still? It's entirely possible. We're just going to go straight for this Rock Slide. I imagine we will see the Will-O-Wisp come out, but my opponent's not really threatening too much damage, to be fair. So I think we probably just go for it. I could even do that, which I think I will. So we're going to Terra our Tyranitar as well. Have to be careful because I might end up knocking out my opponent's Pokemon and getting them in while their Tailwind's still up. Yeah, we've got both the Tyranitar and the Dragapult on this team. They're necessary. I expect a Will-O-Wisp. No, it's just Shadow Ball. Okay. And we survive. But we don't outspeed the Indeedee. But if we connect with this, that Drifblim's going down. Life Orb Indeedee as well. That's a double KO. Is that a crit? Not even. So a bit scary because we've got the Sableye, but I need this Psychic Terrain God. Before I can utilize it, because it's just dead weight at the moment. Getting Trick Room up would be ideal. So we're gonna bring in Armarouge, and we're gonna try to bait attacks into that slot. Hydreigon's coming out. You got to imagine Steel Terra type probably. Meowscarade. That's not the two Pokemon we really want to see. So this isn't looking great. Because I think it's just an easy. It's just an easy double tap for my opponent, isn't it? Yeah, I can't stall out 3 turns of Psychic Terrain. I might need to just attack. We'll go for our Trick Room play in the off chance our Armarouge can actually survive, because I expect they should go into the Tyranitar, right? Yeah, they do. Can we survive this, though? That's the question. We don't, unfortunately. So that didn't work out. It was all about the lead matchup, and we didn't get it right. I don't think we're going to be pulling this one back, unfortunately. Sableye definitely not the play for this one. I mean, yeah, it's not even worth playing this one out. So there we go. The first stream loss, unfortunately. If we'd have led differently, then we could have done something, but that's the way it goes, right? That's the one. Okay, let's try this again. Bye, Andre. We'll put the music on random. So yeah, I mean, against that, yeah, that would just have to be the Dragapult Tyranitar lead and just go in. And then from there, I guess I kind of have to have Hariyama and Armarouge in the back if they're going to have Meowscarade and Hydreigon. Because I need to fake out the Hydreigon since it's levitating, so I can do that on Psychic Terrain. And go for the Trick Room. Oh, no, we've got some error. Didn't connect to a trainer. Let's try again. Okay. Here we go. Akira. Oh, look what they've got. Look what they've got. am I confident bringing Dragapult and Sableye to this? I am. The great thing about Sableye is whenever I see Annihilate, I always bring Sableye. Because if it's Choice Scarf, Final Gambit, that's an easy detect and disable. So we're going to bring these two. I don't know what they're going to lead, though. They might go full sand mode. Hariyama's going to do big things this game if I'm careful with it. And I think it's going to be Armarouge. Or is it? Because Tyranitar's pretty good. How do I get rid of this Rotom? Outside of just hitting it as hard as I can. So maybe Tyranitar is the right play. Call me crazy. We're going to go with Tyranitar. Tyranitar Rotom. I feel like this might be Choice Scarf Rotom as well, maybe with Volt Switch. Okay, so Sableye not looking like super fantastic, truth be told, because I can't really do anything against this Tyranitar. Maybe we just double protect. See what they go for. Play it safe. I've got to be mindful, because if it is the Dondozo in the back, then I don't want to be losing to that late game. After talking up a big game, that's probably Choice Scarf, right? And an Ice Punch. Okay. So we've got quite an easy following turn now. So what we're going to do is we're just going to straight disable that Rotom, bring in Hariyama, because we've got that thick fat ability. So if they go for the same play again, we'll take some damage, but it's going to be a not very effective hit, essentially. So Volt Switch disabled, Ice Punch comes out again. And that's not ideal. That's not ideal. That 10% chance. It will happen. It will happen when you just switch in. So that could be the end of the game once again. That really could. We're gonna switch Tyranitar in. And of course, I kind of just need to attack now. That's definitely Scarf then. So the fact they've switched that out tells us everything that we need to know. So Annihilate coming in. And we're bringing in Tyranitar on this, which is not ideal. If we thaw out, that would be amazing, but I don't think we're going to. This is probably Flying Terror Tyranitar, you'd imagine. It's pretty popular. It is. There we go. That's good, because now we can hit that with Sableye now. And just the straight Flying Terror Blast onto Hariyama. Okay, so the free's not mattering in the end. I've got to start doing things now, though. I've got to start doing things. Luckily, I have a plan. And it is once again playing it safe. Going for that double. If they go for bulk up, then we encore it. If they go for the drain punch or close combat, we disable that. If they go for the rage fist, that gets encored as well. Close combat. Are they carrying double fighting though? I don't think they typically do, but it's entirely possible. But the good news is we will at least not be 4 times weak to fighting here. Okay, let's do it. Big rock slide. The disable's already been revealed, but it is what it is. So switching out, what's coming in? Dondozo? Have they brought on its own? No, Rotom. They're sticking Rotom into a rock slide here. They've got to be expecting it. What they don't know is we have Encore, so they might even protect the Annihilate. What's the Drain Punch come out? No, it's just straight close combat again. Okay, I think when the animation goes off that, it means that we do double hit. That's Rotom gone. So glad that we didn't bring the Armarouge and went with Tyranitar instead. Of course, not that we've won yet, but I don't think we could have pulled back our position if I hadn't done that. Now, we're just gonna do this, go for that Encore as well. So we're gonna lock down the Annihilate start. They'll probably switch, you'd imagine. They did that at the end of the first turn, so they do make the same play again. It's Lycan Rock. What's this Tyranitar going to do? It's just going to be another rock slide. Hopefully we're not going to say the F word. Flinch. Like I said it after the fact to make sure that it didn't happen. Not quite a knockout, unfortunately. Which is pretty crazy. Considering that we are terastallized and that's super effective on the opponent's Tyranitar. Just to show you how bulky Tyranitar is. So now, from here, we do need to be careful because they might take the opportunity just to switch Annihilate in. And you know what? They can do that. We're just going to double detect because the sand is ticking down for the opposing Tyranitar. So we're going to double detect. I don't think the sand knocks it out, so they do switch. That's a good play. So they may be expecting us to play this passively. I think this gets Lycan gets like close combat. It does get fighting. This gets drill run as well. Yeah, so close combat. So they know that we want to disable that slot. So they might even just switch out to Tyranitar. And they might even read into us switching to Dragapult, which I feel like they probably will. But am I okay with that? If they read into it? I'm actually not. I think they are going to read into it. So what we're going to do, because I think they go for the fighting move and the Ghost move. So we're going to do this. Oh, they just switch. So maybe they go for the fighting move then. Which if they do, they do. That's a fair enough play. Can't really argue with that. But the sand is ticking down. There's not many turns left. So Encore doesn't go off. Just a close combat. So we actually survive. Wow. That terrestrialization, we actually survived a close combat. Tyranitar's bulk from both sides is just nuts. Absolutely nuts. Okay. This just went from tentative to I'm pretty sure I'm going to win now. So if we have a quick look, 2 turns of Sandstorm left. So the smart play... No, I think I win either way. Of course I'm going to protect. I should double protect because the Sandstorm will finish off Tyranitar. But I think it would be funny if Sableye gets the knockout. So we're going to do that instead. Watch this not KO. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Sableye with the knockout onto Tyranitar. How many times have you seen that? First ever in recorded history. I'm calling it. Because we've got Dragapult in the back anyway. It's the last turn of Sand on the next turn. So I can protect Dragapult. And we're going to outspeed. Unless there's a Choice Scarf on this Lycanroc. Which would be unheard of, to say the least. But you never know. It was definitely on the Rotom, right? Definitely. Okay, so we'll just do this. First, we will make sure that this is the right play. Yeah, so the last turn coming up. They have to go for the Rock Slide here. There they go. They might even miss Tyranitar. No, they don't. Could have gone for the double, but not really worth it, is it, at this point? We've got this game sewn up anyway. So Sandstorm goes. So Lycanroc, its Sand Rush ability is no more. They're going to try and stall us because, I guess. Am I missing something here? There's no way it's knocking me out, is it? I mean, Endure's a normal type move. I outspeed it anyway. So let's do the same thing again. And there we go. We did it. So that was a crazy game. That was crazy. We got frozen on Hariyama. Not that it really mattered. Tyranitar surviving the close combat was pretty nuts as well. Our trainers look weirdly similar, like they're twins. But yeah, we managed to pull that one back. I'm quite pleased with that. No Dondozo though. They must have heard about it. They must have heard about the team. They must have seen me talking about it earlier. They're like, nah, we can't bring it to this one. Thanks, Brett. I was quite pleased with how that one went. So we've not seen any Armor Rouge yet. I mean, we have. We saw it get knocked out in one hit earlier. We've only had 2 games though, but we've not seen any weakness policy activation. So hopefully we can see a bit of that going off as well. Asaya, is that how you pronounce that one? This is interesting. There's a Clodsire. I don't think I've seen a Clodsire. It's a Titan as well, but I can see why it's a Titan's quite good. Clodsire's on their team, if I have to hazard a guess, purely as their Dondozo counter. So I don't think we're going to see it in this game. Gets access to Water Absorb and Unaware, which are both two good abilities against Dondozo, but you'd want to go Water Absorb because it's a ground type naturally, and it's weak to Dondozo otherwise, and has haze as well. So yeah, that's the thing. Kilowattrel. So this is just a straight Tailwind team. Let's be real. We know what this is all about. Straight Tailwind. How about some straight Trick Room? We do have to be careful though, because like I say, I'm not like slow with my Pokemon. So that Sylveon could cause issues if I'm not careful. I could lead Sableye. Sableye can just straight up Encore the Tailwind that we know is coming out. And probably just wins me the game immediately. Got to hurry up. We're gonna bring Tyranitar, and we'll go Dragapult as well. Why not? So we're gonna try to get Trick Room up early, and we've got a faster mode late game for this one. Kilowattrel Garchomp lead, Kilowattrel Sylveon, Kilowattrel Arcanine. So I have a feeling they might have Raw Arcanine, which I don't know if that's a thing. I've never seen it in this format, but I don't know how they stop Trick Room otherwise. I don't think Kilowattrel gets Taunt. Could be wrong. Hang on a minute. Hang on a second. Oh, it did have Intimidate. For a second, I thought I didn't see Intimidate. I was like, is this beat up justified? So we're gonna fake out the Kilowattrel because I don't want it knocking out Hariyama. We'll go straight for the Trick Room. I think it might be Raw Arcanine. But if it is, it is. If it's not, then it's not. And that would be good. It's Snarl. Oh, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that, mate. You definitely don't want to do that. Okay, so we've got a weakness policy activated. No surfing necessary. Unfortunately, you're only at -1. So we're not doing as much damage as we could do. And not only that, Hariyama's intimidated. Do we just get Tyranitar in? I feel like maybe we do. Or do I just try to dead this Arcanine? I do have to be careful with the Kilowattrel. I think we dead the Arcanine. Can we knock it out with this double though? This might seem like a crazy move. We're going for -1 close combat and armor cannon, which will be resisted. But and they haven't protected or switched to Kilowattrel, so they're slower. That's unfortunate. So we're not going to knock out now. I didn't think that they'd be slower than us. Huh. That wouldn't have done the job anyway. Wow. Okay, plan B. Plan B, get Tyranitar in. Quick, before Trick Room runs out. Are we getting knocked out here? Yeah, -1 special defense. Well, Hariyama listened to what I said when I said let's get the Tyranitar in. We've lost the ability to wide guard, which they've got the Garchomp in the back 100%. So that's not ideal. I think they probably switched the Arcanine out here for Garchomp. We don't take our foot off the offense. We go in. So I'm 99% sure that's what they do here. So we're going to Energy Ball that slot as well. I get the feeling they might underspeed our Tyranitar because it's a bit speedy, but we'll see. So Kilowattrel goes for Protect. Okay, so we are faster. Well, we're slower, but faster in Trick Room. And that means that we do hit the Arcanine. So that's Arcanine gone. So we don't have to worry about Intimidate from now on. I wonder what they're bringing in. Maybe Sylveon. But their Kilowattrel is in some trouble. I can tell you that much. I think they probably bring in Sylveon. Which is fine, because we resist with Armarouge. Yeah, there's Sylveon. And we're not weak to it anymore. I mean, the obvious play for my opponent here is to protect Sylveon. And probably switch Kilowattrel. But we're going in on the Sylveon. There's no way we're not. So there's the switch. It's got to be Garchomp, right? They want the end game with Garchomp, Kilowattrel on the field. So there's Garchomp. And they just went for it. They just went for the Hyper Voice. Wow. We could be in some trouble here if we miss the Rock Slide, which I don't think we do. Oh, that didn't take much damage, the Sylveon, so this might not knock out. Oh, it does. Okay, good, good. That must be like super heavily invested in physical bulk. We're in a rough spot, though. We're still in a rough spot. It's the last turn of Trick Room. My opponent could just win the game here if they go for... If they don't protect their Garchomp. There's no way they don't protect it, though, right? It's going to be... They're going to protect. They're going to protect. What do I want to do here? Do I want to just crunch it? Or do I want to go for potential flinch as well? If they don't protect Garchomp, I will lose. We definitely switch in Dragon Bolt here. If they don't protect the Kilowattrel, then they're suiciding, but it's going to work because I'm not going for the Rock Slide. So they do protect the Garchomp. It's got to be protected on Kilowattrel, right? Oh, it is. Okay. Okay, good. But I'm pretty sure we outspeed with Dragapult. I'm sure Dragapult's faster than Kilowattrel. But the problem is, I think we probably still lose, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't think Tyranitar is going to take a terastallized boosted Earthquake at this stage. And it's got to be the Dragon Darts. So yeah, I don't think we're going to pull this one back. It's a shame that didn't knock out. But yeah, no, Dragon Darts was never going to knock out there. So just straight Earthquake. I don't think Tyranitar's surviving this, like I say. Yeah, unfortunately not. Takes out Dragapult with a crit as well. Not that it mattered at this point. We weren't pulling this one back. So this is another loss, unfortunately. This one came down to that Arcanine underspeeding us in Trick Room, underspeeding the Armarouge, which I really was not expecting. But again, that's the way it goes. That is the way it goes. Is there anything else could have done there? Yeah, maybe just fake out the Arcanine on turn 1, to be honest, because Hariyama should survive the air slash, I think, without the special defense drop. But we'll see if we can win the next one. Still disappointed no Dondozo though. It was everywhere when I was testing that Sun team. Okay, so Snow team. This is cool. Haven't faced a Snow team yet. How do I beat Snow? Do I beat Snow? So I think we're still not going to see Masquerain, unfortunately. So Frostmoth gets both Tailwind and Wide Guard, which is why it's so good on this particular team as well. What should we do? Hariyama is good because, of course, it has that thick fat ability. Although it's going to be on a timer once we start punching stuff and lowering our special defense. Defense and special defense. Can't really bring Dragapult. Can bring Tyranitar. Can bring Armor Rouge. So the question is, what do we lead? We're going to go Hariyama, Tyranitar, Armor Rouge, Sableye in the back. Always risky bringing Sableye in the back because it has no offensive presence, of course. So it's not like we can, if we're down early game, we can't rely on Sableye, unfortunately, to be like, right, dig us out of this hole, please. That's just not going to happen unless they're all on 1 HP and I can just feign everything. But probably not going to happen. Baxcalibur and Rotom. Cool. I'm trying to figure this out. What is going on here? I'm 99% sure, once again, that is Choice Scarf Rotom. But if it's not, and if it's not, what does it matter? What does it matter? What's going to happen? Do I just go in? What Terra type is coming out? Is it going to be Steel Terra? Is that what we're seeing? It might be. They're often Fire Terra whenever I've seen Baxcalibur. We're about to find out. It's ground Terra. That is unexpected. That's very unexpected. Okay, I guess... I don't know. Discharge Earthquake combination. Potential coming out. So their Terra is definitely the more effective one in this lead here. I hope they have Earthquake, so I can just wide guard it on subsequent turns. So they do have Earthquake. I feel like we should survive this, though. Okay. That's unfortunate. But also maybe not absolutely terrible. We've just lost our Terra. Yeah, so we probably would have survived that, all things considered. We definitely would have survived that. We had full HP. But not over. As I say, maybe blessing in disguise. because of course we have the wide guard as well. Wide guard Trick Room is 100% the play here. In before Trick Rotom with Choice Scarf. Discharge. So it's a Disc-Quake combination. The old classic Disc-Quake. Why not? Why not? You can do that all day long. I'm happy with that because I'm just gonna wide guard. In before not Earthquake. But yeah, no, that is what they went. That is what they went for. Okay, good. Cool. So as I was saying, the first turn knockout wasn't ideal, but also could have been worse because it allowed us to get into this position. What do I do here though? I need to take advantage of this momentum. Now, yeah, Sableye's not looking too fantastic in the back. I can't one-shot this Baxcalibur. Can I? Do I just have to go for it? Do I have to go for the Surf play? The Surf Armor Cannon? I'm not convinced Energy Ball's going to knock it out. No, it's got to be the Energy Ball, right? I've got to go for the Energy Ball. We'll give it a go. Let's see this weakness policy activation. They're actually switching out. I have no idea how much this Surf is going to do to Hariyama. Abomasnow comes in. What? Did they just read into my... Okay, good. Not much damage. Did they just read into my Energy Ball there and pull the most disgusting perfect switch? Look at that damage, all things considered. Just another discharge. I'm pretty sure that's Choice Specs Rotom. They crit their own Abomasnow as well. They get the paralysis. That's not ideal. They get the double paralysis. Come on now. What's that all about? That makes things really difficult. Really, really difficult. The good news is we're moving first under Trick Room now, that's for sure. They protect the Abomasnow. We dead the Rotom. Yeah, not ideal. The old double paralysis. What is paralysis chance again? I can't remember. I think it's 50% chance on each turn, or is it 25? It might be 25. So okay, so they've got Weavile. A bit risky because I don't really want to switch out, if I'm honest. Maybe we just need to go for it. They're going to fake out something. Does Weavile get Sucker Punch? That I'm not sure about. And I'm sure it must have a Focus Sash, right? We're just going to double that slot because I think they might just fake out and go for the Blizzard. That actually knocks us out as well. Okay, so that's a Abomasnow gone. Did we see Protect come out from Baxcalibur? I don't think we did. I feel like I just need to go into the Weavile here. It's the last turn of Trick Room. I need to make this play. because I think they've got the Focus Sash and Weavile anyway, so we can break it and hopefully knock it out. If this works out, so they haven't protected. Ice Shard's not enough. And the Armor Cannon as well. That Ice Shard's a little bit it's messing with me a little bit, that Ice Shard is. And this paralysis is really messing with me. Yeah, we need to protect. If we get paralyzed here, it's all over. Okay, we've been so lucky that we've not been fully paralyzed on a single turn. Okay, they go for the Ice Shard. We're gonna protect again because there's no reason not to. They're gonna knock us out otherwise. If we get the double protect, I think we might actually win. So we get fully paralyzed finally. And there's the Ice Shard. Okay. That's actually quite nice, actually. That's actually pretty good. Because now we're going to lock them down. And we're going to Encore them. And they can't Ice Shard Weavile. Sorry, they can't Ice Shard Sableye before I Encore them. I don't think I'm going to win. Because I think they're going to do too much damage with Struggle. And then they're gonna finish us off with an Ice Shard once it's no longer disabled. How much damage is this gonna do? That did a lot of damage. That did a lot more than I was hoping it would. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna pull this one out, unfortunately. I wonder if that's choice banned because we haven't seen it do anything else. Encore ended. So Encore ended. Let me see. Move's still disabled though. Is there a way for me? Is there a way out for me here? I don't think there is. If I detect, the only way I win is if my Sableye's faster, but it's not because it's a back Excalibur. I want to see if they have a choice band. So they don't have a choice band. Okay. So if they just go for the Ice Shard, I think they just win. I'm going to go for the disable anyway. We lose it anyway. I can't believe they went for the Glaive Rush again. So they should outspeed us with the Ice Shard. Yeah, they do. Which doesn't knock us out, but almost does. And yeah, that's going to be that one. So we don't win this one either. That first turn did not go well for us. All things considered, I mean, if we hadn't been knocked out by Tyranitar with that critical hit, we would have got chip damage on that back Excalibur, which may have been enough for Sableye to get the job done at the end, but unfortunately didn't quite work out. So a bit of a contrast to last week's stream, but we're not giving up yet because we can definitely up our game a bit, I think, and get some wins. I think I'm not really showing off this team as much as I could be. Not really doing it justice. Give me a Dondozo. That's what I want to see. Mario at a nice round, 9,000. Okay, this is your typical old school stuff. I didn't even realize people were still running this kind of thing. What do we do here? The Indeedee is frightening me off a little bit from bringing Sableye. Those two make sense, although if they lead the Meowscarader, we're going to have a bit of an issue. Is this the time that we bring out the Masquerain? It might be. I think we're going to go for it. We're going to go for the Masquerain. We'll try and get Trick Room up and go from there. Not Trick Room, sorry. We'll try to get Tailwind up. Maybe we'll go for Trick Room as well. Trick Room's the desired outcome in this matchup. But if they bring Armor Rouge, it probably underspeeds our own Armor Rouge. So that wouldn't be too amazing. But we're going to bring the Masquerain, so I haven't brought it yet. So it's Meowscarader, Hydreigon. I was worried about the Meowscarader lead, truth be told. Okay. Let me check you out. Not that I can remember what Meowscarader's speed is. 84. We definitely don't outspeed it. That's to outspeed base 100s in Trick Room. Let me check you as well. 118. I'm pretty sure that does outspeed Meowscarader. So we've got the fake out option here. Fake out Tailwind. So they switch out. So keeping the Meowscarader safe makes sense. Into Goldengo. Sure. Air Balloon Goldengo. So good switch from my opponent, reading into that. They just get their Tailwind. Yeah, I totally forgot that Hydreigon has Tailwind. So we're in an awkward spot here. We're in a really awkward spot. I think what we do is we get Tyranitar in. Yeah, we get Tyranitar in. We go for the wide guard. They might go for the nasty plot on the Goldengo. They might not though. They might go straight for the make it rain, get greedy. But yeah, this is not ideal. So just a Draco, which we take well enough, all things considered, which isn't particularly well. Get a bit of healing back, and then show him to make it rain. That's what I want to see. No, we see a nasty plot, unfortunately. What do I do with that information? We've revealed the wide guard now. I feel like they might protect and switch out to the Meowscarader on the other slot as well. Do you think they go for the make it rain? I don't think they do. We're going to call their bluff. So I think it's Meowscarader and Protect. I hope that's what it is. Because if they go for the make it rain, then I just look a bit silly. Unless there's something else on this Goldengo that I'm not aware of. But I imagine it's just make it rain and Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball, okay. That's a nice play. They get rid of our wide guard, which is unfortunate. But we get rid of their Goldengo, so I'm not too sad about it. Although we do need to reevaluate. Now, I think their play is fairly easy. What they want to do. We're going to bring in Masquerain. They bring in Mousehold. Oh, that makes sense, yeah, because they want to go for the... they just want to go straight for the Flower Trick into Population Bomb, don't they? That's what they want to do. So this is all we can do. I mean, our play is pretty obvious, but there's not really much else we can do here. They might even double the Masquerain if they're feeling extra saucy, but I don't think that's it's not worth them taking that risk. And the Population Bomb might even get us anyway, even with the... oh, okay, what's going on here? Okay, it's just a Flower Terror. Flower? How long have I been playing this game for? I just called it Flower. That's going to get the job done, isn't it? Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, it does. So I'm to be honest, I'm still not sure on how Population Bomb works. I think it just hits... If they have the wide lens, it just does the one accuracy check and hits every time. Is that right? No. Sorry, it's 99% accurate for each one. So it will hit 10 times most of the time. Okay, well, there's only one way out of this. And I could be wrong, and we might not even be able to get out of this, to be honest. And that is to go for the Trick Room and the double Protect. So we don't get the double, unfortunately. So this one's going to be another game over. And this is the Population Bomb that we would actually survive as well. Oh no, maybe not. No, we will survive that. The crit didn't help though. 8 HP. So no, the sand's going to finish us off. Yeah, and that will be the end of Tyranitar. Yeah, so this one's another one. It's not going well tonight. I don't know. Maybe I've leaned too much into the Dondozo. I don't think so though, because when I was playing the team the other night, I do think it's genuinely good. I just think I'm maybe not playing it super great tonight. Or maybe my opponents are just playing very well, because they are playing very well tonight as well. We're going to keep going though, because I'm confident we're gonna turn this around. I think I need to be a bit more decisive, not be reactive to my opponents, which is what I'm doing a little bit, and be more proactive in my own strategies. which is a big part of the game, but not always easy to do. Like with last week's team, it's very easy for me to do because I'm just so used to it. But with this team, still trying to figure out like what to lead and what to do in certain situations. So we're going to go. I'm going to try and pull it back to at least neutral wins to losses. Taking a while to find a new opponent. The good news is, even though I'm losing, like I'm not tilted in any way, so I'm still feeling confident. Get some wins. Interesting name there. Okay, so we're facing down a Garganical, which they always want to bring late game and try to stall out with. Lots of Indeedys tonight, which makes bringing Sableye very difficult. Indeedee seems like it's the new hotness, apparently. Tyranitar looks very good. Garganical gets wide guards, so do have to be careful with that. Do have to be careful with their Garchomp as well. But truth be told, I've got wide guard, haven't I? So if we get in the right position, we can get the W. Now the question becomes Armarouge or Masquerain. Armarouge doesn't look that fantastic here. Masquerain looks marginally better, but only marginally. And we're going to leave Sableye at home. We're going to bring Masquerain. This is going to be a bit of a weird one, bringing Masquerain, to be honest, because I'm not particularly interested in getting Tailwind up, so it's kind of there for damage, which no one's ever said before in their life. Masquerain's there to do damage, at least not on any good teams, anyway. But I think I need it for the Garganical, potentially the Tyranitar, potentially as well. Okay, so this is perfect. I wasn't necessarily expecting this lead, but this is perfect because this. If you remember, if you were present for earlier on when I explained the team, this is what this lead is for. We see these two and we just go, you know what? That's fine. Because this is going to happen. I don't know if Indeedee can survive this though. I think it maybe can if it's like fully invested in physical bulk. So my opponent's taking their time. They're not switching. They are not switching. They're going in. They're confident. So you got to expect just to follow me, Trick Room. I guess. Do they really want to go Trick Room against my team? So follow me. Yeah, they're not using an attacking move of Armarouge. But what would you use against this pair? So that's interesting, the fact that Follow Me redirects both of the darts from Dragon Darts. Oh, they actually both survived. That's amazing. I didn't know that was possible, but we flinched the Armarouge anyway, so we probably just win off of that. I'm absolutely amazed that they both survived that, especially the Armarouge, considering that is Tyranitar, Rock Terror as well, Rock Slide. Insane. Garganical. So, oh no, guys. Garganical gets wide guard. What do I do? What am I supposed to do? Oh no. Please don't wide guard. They might just forfeit, to be honest. I wouldn't blame them. with a first turn like that. There it is, the wide. Even got Garganical is just kind of like, I guess. And we're probably going to see a forfeit on the next turn. Unless it's Garchomp in the back and they're feeling really good. They're putting all of the... they're putting the game on its back. So this has been a nice little palate cleanser. After the last few games, we've come into this one, got the lucky flinch. Maybe I need to go back to the drawing board and look at damage calcs and maybe switch some items around. But it's still not over yet. We'll protect Dragapult. Yeah, the battle was cancelled. There we go. So the idea there, we just protect Dragapult. We knock out the Garganical. And then we disable the Sylveon afterwards, after it goes for its Hyper Voice. So yeah, a nice palate cleanser. Nice and straightforward. Although, yeah, that flinch really did... that sealed the deal. That sealed the deal there, so quite fortunate. But anyway, that's Pokemon. That's the way they go. That's the way it goes sometimes. So, on to our next one. We're one win away from being even Stevens again. Oh, it's the old classic stuff again. The old classics. There's even a Murkrow on the team. What's really annoying about Goldengo is its ability, good as gold. The fact it stops all status moves means that I can't Encore it, I can't disable it, I can't do anything to it. So yeah, that's a bit annoying. Indeedee again? There's so many leads they can go for. I don't think this team's like super amazing, but it is really... it certainly has options. It certainly does have options. So, can I get Trick Room up? If they lead Annihilate, maybe I can't. They don't bring Murkrow and Indeedee though. That's the thing. So we're gonna do this. I need to be pretty careful though. We're gonna bring Masquerain again. I need to be careful though. If they bring their Armor Rouge and we end up going into Trick Room, then we could have some trouble. It's so difficult, like reading into these lead matchups sometimes. Okay, so this is beat up into Annihilate, into Rage Fist. So we're going to Terra and we're going to Fake Out. If that's Final Gambit Annihilate, though, then it's GG. I can tell you that much. But no, this is the play. This is the play. I mean, whenever you see this lead, this is always a beat up into Rage Fist combination. So we Terrastallize to get rid of our Ghost weakness. Not that a 50 base power Rage Fist is going to knock us out anyway, but we can get that damage down. There we go. There's the Rage Fist, which we take nice and comfortably. Now, the problem is if they have Armor Rouge in the back, that could be a bit of a problem. You'd expect them to probably switch in now as well. But I can't not target down this mouse hold, because if they don't switch it, they don't protect it, and they get a population bomb, then that's going to be absolutely terrible. Something I could do is that they don't go for the fighting move into Armor Rouge, though, right? Surely not. Okay, we're going to make this play. There's a small chance this goes wrong, and they actually go for the close combat into Armor Rouge or the Drain Punch. But I'm expecting their Armor Rouge to switch in now. So I want to get myself into a position where they can't do that easily. It's funny, Mousehold's name in Chinese literally translates to one house mouse, which is a pretty cool name as well, actually, in English. Okay, Gunk Shot. Whoa, that was lucky. I was not expecting that. That was a crit as well. Yeah, that would have done some damage. Yeah, if we'd have kept Armor Rouge in, that would have been something. Goldengo. Okay. Nice. Yeah, I quite like this play from my opponent, bringing in Goldengo, because we're kind of stuck for what we have to do here. I'm going to crunch it. We're going to get crunchy out here. And switch in. Yeah, I mean, I can't really do anything else with Hariyama here, so we need to switch it out. Facing down two ghost types, I'm not gonna surf them to death, am I? Hopefully we don't see the protect, but my opponents have been playing well tonight, so we might just see the straight protect. Oh, I always forget this thing has Defiant. They didn't protect, so we just get the KO on Goldengo. So that's good, but that thing has Defiant, which I always forget. They go for the final gambit, though. Wow. Big brain plays. I knew they were going for the final gambit, guys, so I was happy to get that, give them that attack boost. This is fine. I knew it'd be cool. So from here, they're down to their last Pokemon. That's a classic example of not playing your team particularly well, because you should be protecting and switching things around. What else do they have on the team? It's not Murkrow. It's not Indeedee. What's the final Pokemon? I mean, they have those, but they're obviously not bringing those. It's going to be Armor Rouge, right? So it's got to be Armor Rouge. There's no way they lose if they bring either of the others, unless they're going for the patented zero offense strategy that I invented. It's Murkrow. That's the wrong Pokemon. This is going to be a W. In before the Murkrow solo somehow. So there we go. We pulled it back 2 in a row. Can't believe they had Murkrow in the back. Why do they have Murkrow in the back? They must have been confident they could stop our Trick Room, or they were happy to fight in the Trick Room one way or the other. But I don't know. That was a bit of maybe a bit of misguided confidence there. But 2 in a row. We're pulling it back, guys. We're pulling it back. That final gambit, beautiful play. Not to take the mick out of my opponent, I mean my switch into that was a beautiful play, because like I said, I knew it was coming. Why wouldn't you final gambit? Faco, I guess. That's how that's pronounced. Rain Team. Cool. This might be a difficult one. Medicham, which I really like. Haven't seen any Medichams for a long while. Since like 2019 VGC. But I think it could be good. Scarlet and Violet, any Pokemon with huge power and fake out support as well. For sure, good. Another Goldengo. They've got a Trick Room counter in Amoongus. But what they don't have is an Indeedee. So part of me is quite happy to do this. Lead Sableye. What else do they lead though? I think they might lead the Tauros. Because Tauros is actually really good against my team, I just realised. Yeah, Water Tauros is really good. So we're going to lead Dragapult. Yeah, we'll lead Dragapult, I guess. Oh, but that's the thing, like, if I get Trick Room up, though, if I do get Trick Room. Oh, this is risky AF, but... because I do kind of want to bring Tyranitar, but we're banking on the late game Trick Room. A mid to late game Trick Room is what we're going to go for. We're going to try and mess them about with Sableye. I'm expecting to see that Tauros in the lead because it looks really, really nice against our team. So I kind of need to lead the Dragapult there. It's not even, it's Medicham Pelipper, which is fine as well, whatever, because you're going to get Encored into your Fake Out anyway. I was so close to leading Tyranitar as well. Well, Tyranitar would have been awesome here. The thing is, they can't fake me out, though, so they probably don't go for the Fake Out. I wonder if they switch out or something. Do I? No, I can't go for the Terror, because I want to go for late game Trick Room. Play it safe, go for the Protect, maybe. I wonder if you see a Wide Guard. Yeah, I can't Terror because I need the late game Trick Room, in which case I need to Terrastallize Armarouche into the Grass type so that we can't get Spored. And just go straight for this. Psycho Cut. We'll put a stop to that immediately. And Tailwind, yeah, no surprise there. Or do we just go, you know what, let's get our Trick Room up. I'm switching into a Psycho Cut though. Not very effective, but crit chance and all that. No, you know what? We're going to go on the offense. We're going to go on the offense. That's your switch out. Okay. So we're revealing the Encore, unfortunately, and we're not getting much out of it. Baxcalibur switching in, though. You don't want to switch that into a Dragon type. Unless they've got Ice Punch on the Medicham and they're banking on knocking us out. But we've got Focus Sash anyway. Skill Swap. Cool. Genuinely cool strat. That did a lot of damage. That did a lot of damage. We're going to Encore that. Yeah, we're going to Encore that, and then we're going to Protect. They might switch, though. They might not be... Okay, so they do, yeah. That's a good play. Into Pelipper. I feel like they've got to go after the Dragapult, though. So they do go for the Ice Shard. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, Ice Shard. That's a nice play. So, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to feint. Nah, here's... Oh, do I want to... I think maybe we do it. I'm going to Encore. No, because if they outspeed us with both Pokemon, which I think they do, they might wide guard, though. I could see that happening as well. We're going to go for this play. I could Terra Blast and knock it out, but if they double Dragapult, I won't knock it out. Which I think they might be doing. So we still outspeed. Wow, and that Life Orb chip is gonna help us out there as well. So I thought they might go for the wide guard there. That worked out quite nicely. They Hurricane Sableye. Not ideal with the confusion. Tailwind's gone, so they want to get Tailwind up again, and they've already revealed they're into switching their Pokemon in and out all the time. There's the Tauros. So no Amoonguss, interestingly. So if I can get rid of Pelipper, I think Armor Rouge is fine once I Terastallize it. I mean, I know what their play is. Their play is just to straight Aqua Jet. I'll just detect it. We're going to double protect. If we hit ourselves in confusion, though, that's not going to be ideal. Oh, we did as well. I think they just go for the Aqua Jet and probably Tailwind. But they might not Tailwind as well. Yeah, Aqua Jet. And Tailwind. Okay. So they know that we can Encore their Pelipper. So for that reason, we're not going to Encore their Pelipper. Rain stops, so they want to switch it out as well. What we are going to do is this play right here. So Dragapult's going to go down. So yeah, Pelipper switches. They don't want to get Encored. We knew that was going to happen all day long. Medicham comes out. So they've got Fake Out pressure on the field as well. Aqua Jet comes out. Okay, we want this disabled to come through. Which it does, thankfully. I have to get Armor Rouge in here. I don't really have a choice. Hey Nontaro, thanks for coming along. We've got well, I'm trying to dead some Dondozo, but we haven't faced any. I made the team specifically for that reason, but yeah, I haven't faced any yet, unfortunately. So we've just disabled that. That's the reason we disabled it, so that now I can outspeed it with my Prankster and Encore it. They can just straight Fake Out. Does it get Dark Move, Medicham? Does it get Knockoff? I feel like they don't have room for it on their set, right? They want Fake Out, Skill Swap, Psycho Cut, and they probably want Fighting. So there's Fake Out. Come on, Sableye. Oh, we've just lost. We just lost the game. Okay, so yeah, they're going to Sableye. Wow. Maybe we didn't just lose the game. Wow. They went into Sableye. If they'd gone into Armor Rouge there, then it's game over. But they chose not to do that. Crazy. Okay, sure. It's not over yet, but I'm happy with that. So they withdraw Tauros. Interesting. So we're getting a free Trick Room here. We're taking no damage. Unless there's something I'm not aware of. Unless it's, I don't know, Covert Cloak. They're threatening big damage on the next turn. I do need to be careful. The Pelipper, while it's flying type, is a bit of a problem. I might even underspeed it with Hariyama, with Armor Rouge. If they underspeed, then we're in trouble. I think I probably... Do I go for the close combat here? Knockout... No, they switch, don't they? They switch. So we're just going to go... We're going to go for this. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. So there's the Medicham switch into Tauros. They want their Intimidate. If we outspeed this Pelipper, then it might be... It probably will be all over, unfortunately. Wide Guard! Wow. So they've read into our Surf, guys. That's what's happened there. Big brain play. They block the Surf. They block the Surf. Brilliant. Why did I Surf? I'm a grass type now, so I don't even... I can't even activate my weakness policy. So, oh, what a hilarious play that was. Brilliant. My opponent's probably like, why is there Surf Hariyama on this team? And they still don't know the answer because we are grass type. Okay, so... can it survive? Yeah, no, it will, because we're at -1. Oh, that's hilarious, the way that turned out. I feel like maybe I kind of need to go... Yeah, I think I just need to do this. And hope that we survive the turn. I forgot they haven't terrestrialized yet as well. So what we're going to see. Grass type. Cool. That makes things tricky. Get a bit of chip. Oh no, they do underspeed us. That's unfortunate. I'll have to check the Armor Rouge calcs again, because I don't think we should be outspeeding Pelipper if it's not if it's max speed. So maybe it's just not max speed, but I'll have to check that out and see what that's all about. But anyway, that was a weird one. That one, the wide guard. Didn't quite work out, unfortunately. On to our next one. I still want to see a Dondozo. I thought I had the big brain play there with the Surf, but yeah, I totally forgot we were grass type. Yeah, rain's just a bit difficult, I think. Luminion is the Tailwind setter with Storm Drain, so maybe, but I don't think so because it's not really doing much otherwise. What is this? Okay, so I haven't faced this before, but I know what it is. I partly know what this is. This is Grafii with Slacking using the Doodle move, which changes the ability. What do I want to do about that? Is there anything I can do about that? Yeah, there is. Yeah, I'm bringing Sableye. I'm just going to stop that. I'm going to stop that Slacking dead if they try it. We're going to bring Tyranitar as well. I think we'll lead those. If I get Trick Room up, that'd be decent. Although Stantler does get Trick Room, so I could reverse my Trick Room as well. So do I want to lead Tyranitar? Do I just lead Armor Rouge and go for my own Trick Room? No, I kind of want to lead Tyranitar. Tyranitar's done pretty well for us today. We're going to bring Armor Rouge again. And this is a bit weird because I'm not committing to either method of speed control that I've got here. But I feel like Dragapult's better than Hariyama in this particular match. But I think Sableye can do enough early game to really disrupt things. So yeah, the Garchomp lead, that's fine. Happy to see that. My Tyrannosaur's not looking too great though, is it? It's quite heavily threatened here. So we'll see if my opponent messes up, goes for Protect. I say mess up, you know, you fully expect a potential Protect in front of Fake Out. I'm not sure what Gallade's running these days. I know it has Sharpness, so it'll be Sacred Sword, Leaf Blade if it still has access to it as well. Gallade has access to both Wide Guard and Feint, although I don't think Feint's particularly common. But I'm very interested to see what my opponent does here, because they can't freely Earthquake while Gallade's on the field. So they might just Wide Guard and Earthquake. Quick Guard. That's a play. Yeah, that's a nice one. Swords Dance. That's not good. That's really not good. We're in a rough spot already. Wow. So I need them to not Quick Guard. Otherwise, this is going to be over very quick. I can't even switch. Yeah, I can't even switch. This is what we need to do. They've got Protect. So they're not Quick Guarding at least. But now we've revealed the Quick Guard. We've revealed the Encore. So they Quick Guard on the following turn now. But they're going to knock out... Tyranitar. Yeah. But we still got a trick up our sleeve, actually. We've still got Dragapult. So the Fairy Terra Blast isn't going to knock out Garchomp. But it is going to do some damage. And they're forced to Quick Guard here. They can't not Quick Guard. But what I could do is I still have access to the Disable on Gallade as well. So... On Gallade, I still have access to the Disable on Dragapult as well. So, I think as excruciating as this is, I think this is what I need to do. They have to Quick Guard. They have no choice. Garchomp's mouth just hanging open. I don't know why it does that sometimes, but some of these animations just crack me up. They're obviously not... It's not supposed to be doing that. Okay, they just go for the Rock Slide, so they don't want to be Earthquaking, which is, you know, fair enough. What's frustrating is they don't need to Earthquake. They could... Oh, no, sorry. They do need to Rock Slide. They do. Because they can't Earthquake unless they switch out to Kilowattrel, because they've got Protect, Swords Dance, Rock Slide, Earthquake, which is good to know. So we're going to get some chip damage, and we are going to... Are we going to Terra, though? I don't think we are. Not yet, anyway. I don't think it's necessary. We'll feint, go for the disable, get a bit of chip. Maybe Terror was the way to go, actually. Because then we threaten it on the following turn. Yeah, probably was the way. Yeah, that's what we should have done. I should have just terrored, or at least attacked, at least gone for the Dragon Dance or something. Not Dragon Dance, Dragon Darts. They go for the Earthquake. Wow. Fair enough. Fair enough. That's just... What can you say? Just destroyed there. Yeah, my opponent just played that well. Quick Guard Gallade. Not familiar with Gallade in this format, so caught out bite there. Okay, well, GG. Oh, that was a crushing defeat. Okay, that one's woken me up a bit now. Let's pull this back. We're not going to switch teams. I'm going to stick with it. Thinking about like ways that I could improve the team as well. I think a better way, a way to deal with Garchomp is certainly necessary. Another Grafaiai for the second time in a row. This is a weird team. We're going to go with... I feel like they have to... They're so heavily threatened by a Tyranitar that they have to lead Goldengo or Sylveon. Or Tauros. Tauros is their best bet, for sure. We're going to go... We'll go Tyranitar. I'm not really achieving much with this lead, though. That's the problem. We're going to do it anyway. We're going to bring Armarouge because I would like to get Trick Room up. If we get Trick Room up, we're golden, pretty much. I do have to be very careful, though, that I don't let Hariyama go down too early. And we'll bring Dragapult as well. So a bit awkward because usually... I mean, leading Hariyama Tyranitar, we're not really giving ourselves a speed advantage. In fact, we're giving it to our opponent, which is something I need to probably consider going forwards as well. How to fix that. So that's Talonflame and Kilowattrel, so double flying. Tyranitar is looking pretty nice right now. I feel like I'm about to see something unexpected come out. I don't know what. But I feel like I'm going to see something. This is Tailwind Talonflame, which is going to power up the Kilowattrel, which is going to go for some kind of move. Potentially, I don't know, a fighting type move. I've got no idea. I think we just go for the Terra because whatever's going to come out here. I could not. Of course, I have Fake Out as well. Although Talonflame does get Quick Guard. I think it's fine. I think it's rather than sitting here and saying, how does my opponent get out of this? We just take the momentum that it looks like we probably have. And if they catch us out with something weird, then they catch us out with something weird. You know, what can you do? So I expect either Quick Guard or Tailwind. So we don't see a Quick Guard, so I expect to see a Tailwind then. But why would you do that in front of Tyranitar, though? So this is a double KO. So such a strange play, like the caliber of play. I mean, not to take anything away from my opponent. I'm not won yet, but that's such a... Maybe they just felt like they had nothing to switch in. But they've got all their eggs in one basket. Going for that Tailwind, I assume they've got Goldengo in the back, and they're going to go for Make It Rain and try to just clean house from there. So there's Tauros, which is what you do want to see if you're my opponent. And there's Sylveon, so there's no Goldengo. Let's have a look. No Intimidate on the Tauros. So from here, what do I do? Do I just go straight for the Protect? I feel like I kind of have to, and we're going to go for the Wide Guard as well, because we're going to see the Hyper Voice come out. I mean, you got to expect it's a Raging Ball Hyper Voice or Close Combat Hyper Voice. The other option was to switch in Dragapult here. But we'd break our Focus Sash, and I can stall out an extra turn of Tailwind here. So Close Combat, which might not even knock us out, because we are terrestrialized into the Rock type. So a little bit of an issue, because we've revealed the Wide Guard, which means my opponent is free to go for like the Terra Blaster single target moves from now on. But honestly, we're going to hold them to it because there's no reason not to. Yeah, even though the single target move is so obvious, we should do this because we'll just lose both Pokemon otherwise. So we actually do survive. There we go. Show me the Hyper Voice again. They did actually go for it. They actually go for the Hyper Voice. Okay. And our Rock Slide, we're connecting with all of them today. Don't want to jinx it, but we're doing all right. That's for sure. Okay, so it's Cud Chew Toro, so it's going to get another berry. Which, whatever. I've got Armor Rouge in the back, which is looking really, really nice. To the point where I'm going to switch Hariyama out. We're going to get Dragapult in. It's their final turn of Tailwind as well. Yeah, we'll Protect. We will go... We'll bring in Dragapult, because then we've got Hariyama to come back in, so we can go for a Fake Out Trick Room if we want to. I do have to be careful with the Sylveon, because it no doubt underspeeds maybe all of my Pokemon, including Hariyama. Sylveon's base 60 speed, Hariyama's base 50, I believe, but of course I'm a little bit speedier. So we're probably going to lose Dragapult here, because you've got to imagine they go for the Hyper Voice again. Actually, don't. They double the Hariyama. Wow. We Shadow Ball as well. So if we'd have kept Hariyama in, we would have survived that double. Could have got KO in return, but still wasn't going to... That's a little bit awkward. It is a bit awkward. Because now I don't get Hariyama and Armor Rouge on the field at the same time, which is what I wanted. But we should outspeed with Tyranitar. We should outspeed the Sylveon. If it's a regular Sylveon, it will have... I mean, I say regular, it's had Shadow Ball. That's not particularly regular, for lack of a better term. It might have quick attack. It's entirely possible, but this is our play either way. I don't expect it to outspeed Tyranitar. Then again, they have built their team for Tailwind, so maybe they've got a bit of a speed investment going on. They actually do. Okay. It's not over. It's not over yet. That makes things a bit weird, though. It makes things really weird. That makes things super weird. How fast is this Sylveon? That's the problem. If it outspeeds me, then we could be in trouble. If it terrestrializes, because they haven't terrestrialized yet, into a fire type, we won't knock it out with this move. I'm not going to armor cannon it. Or am I? Am I going to armor cannon it? I think I need to. Honestly, I think I need to. Why is the move time still on the screen? Okay, so we do outspeed. So this was, at the moment, I mean, we could have gone for the energy ball, but I wasn't going to risk it because I thought they might go fire. Okay, and we just do this. Armor cannon. I don't know what they still haven't terrestrialized. We might see like a stomping tantrum or another ground type move, super effective move, but this is our play. Okay, and this is going to get the job done. What a weird game that was. That was just one of those games where it was like, oh, this is in the bag. Oh, have I just lost this somehow? But then no, I've pulled it out again. Okay, so that was a nice little win after a couple of disappointing losses. I'm going to have a very quick bathroom break, and then we'll be back because I want to get a couple more wins at least. And so yeah, I'll be right back, guys. Just realised my mic wasn't on, but we're back. Jubileux, I guess. Another one of these. Indeedee again. Indeedee's just everywhere. So Indeedee's kind of messing me up. because I can't utilize Sableye as much as I'd like to. Getting Trick Room up would be really nice. I'm still kind of tempted to go with Sableye. Because if they don't bring the Indeedee, they're in trouble. I think I'm going to bring Sableye Dragapult and just go for it. Why not? Do have to be careful of the Volcarona. I don't want that Quiver dancing up on me. If it's like Indeedee Volcarona, that'd be terrible. But I'm banking on them not doing that. I think we might see Meowscarada in the lead. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Hariyama, Armarouge, maybe. Got that wide guard. Tyranitar's not bad. Again, if I don't bring Tyranitar, the Volcarona is a little bit of a problem. But I feel like I need the wide guard for Armarouge if I'm bringing in Armarouge here. Cool profile pic. If that's what you call it. I don't know what. Trainer card, that's it. Cool trainer card picture. It's the Indeedee. Not ideal at all. I don't know if there's any particular strategy they're going for here, like follow me and something. I think it gets Dragon Dance, so it's possible that that's what we see. But yeah, Sableye, not the play here, unfortunately. What I can do is... it's risky, but we're going to get Armarouge in. And go straight for the... Go for the Dragon Dance? I mean... Yeah, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. So this is a rough lead, for sure. But this is what happens when you're facing Indeedee. You bring Sableye to Indeedee, then this can always happen. So just a straight follow me. And a Glaive Rush. That's going to be... They went into the Sableye as well. Would have been nice to have kept it in. We've just taken loads of damage. So we're just gonna do the same thing again. If they go for the follow me, we're gonna knock out Indeedee. If they don't, then they probably pick up a double knockout on us, unfortunately. I can't believe they went after the Sableye though. Maybe they predicted the switch. Probably is the case. But this is a bit of an uphill struggle now. Terrestrialization. Steel, by any chance? Fairy. Okay, cool. Nice. So we're gonna double into the Indeedee either way, unless it goes for a protect, which it doesn't. So Indeedee's gone, but it's not looking great, is it? I think we're just gonna lose Armarouge here. And then we've got Hariyama weak to Fairy, assuming this has a Fairy move, has Terra Blast. It's just a straight Glaive Rush. Takes down to Sash. And you've got to expect that Ice Shard as well. So we get our Trick Room up though. But again, Ice Shard and all that, not ideal. Garchomp. Yeah, so they can pick us off pretty easily here. I can't beat the Baxcalibur either. Unless they protect it, because they kind of do want Earthquake, don't they? So we can pull this play. Our back's firmly to the wall, though. If they protect back Excalibur, that would be cool. Icicle Spear, interesting. So not even. Oh, they can't Ice Shard, can they? Psychic Terrain is up, and a Stomping Tantrum. So that's going to do even more damage on the following turn. Not that it matters. I mean, what we're sitting at like 34 health. Yeah, I can't even survive it if I go Grass type, can I? So yeah, this isn't going to work out, unfortunately. Maybe at this point, do I just go for Hariyama? Do I just try to get it in? I've still got Sableye, haven't I? So how many turns left of Psychic Terrain are there? 2 turns left. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Sableye might just get knocked out, to be honest. So maybe it's not the way. Oh, we run out of time anyway. Yeah, I was actually just gonna go for the attack. We've gone for the double protect. We're gonna go down anyway. This is gonna power up. Back. That did a lot of damage though. That is what I did want to see. Something like that. Thermal Exchange. Yeah. Nothing new there. So my opponent reading into potential switches as well. So I'm glad we didn't switch out to Hariyama at least. So it's going to get tough. It's going to get tough from here because I'm forced to terrestrialize Hariyama into the fighting type, and I've got to go for the close combat into Baxcalibur. I don't think it's going to pick up the KO, unfortunately, because last time I checked, I believe Baxcalibur has some decent defense going on. I can't fake out because Psychic Terrain is still up, and I've got to protect with Sableye as well. So I've got to hope this knockout. I've got to hope that this knocks out. This is the only chance we've got at this stage. I mean, it is a close combat. It's from Hariyama, which isn't exactly a pushover when it comes to power. And we're getting the boost as well from the terrestrialization. So we'll see. We'll see how this plays out. We're going to get the defense drop though, which isn't going to be ideal. Oh, it's enough. Okay, so Baxcalibur goes down. That's brilliant news. This ain't over yet. And the Dragon Claw into Sableye. Okay, now that is as perfect as that turn could have gone. And then Meowscarader comes out. So we might still lose, unfortunately. But this is our play all day long. If they mess up and they protect Garchomp, then it's GG. It's the last turn of Trick Room, so they should do that. But here's what we're going to do. So no protects or anything, which is pretty nuts, honestly. Another Dragon Claw that knocked us out. I think this might be choice banned. Did we see it switch out though? I don't think we did actually. No. I don't think we did. So yeah, I don't think we're going to win this one, unfortunately. I need to go for the disable. Did we see it switch out? No, we didn't. We didn't, did we? I've got to hope that they go for the Dragon Claw again. So Sableye actually almost coming through for us in the end game there. Surprisingly. I think we just won the game. I don't want to call it yet. I think we just won the game. If there was one way we were going to win, it was my opponent doing that, because they haven't seen that we have Encore, and now they're stuck using Protect. Then again, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it probably has rough skin as well, so we're going to take a bit of damage as well. So Protect comes out. This is going to be a weird end game, isn't it? Okay, so it's not rough skin. What is it then? I don't have a Tyranitar. Okay, I apologize, guys. This is going to be a slow end game. I don't think my opponent's going to give up either. I think they're in a rage right now at the way that they've just lost this game. So Encore has ended. Unless there's something that I'm not aware of, but I don't think there is. So we're just going to keep this up. I do kind of have to be careful because Struggle is going to come out at some point, and Garchomp is pretty strong, so I have to factor in, can it knock me out before it knocks itself out? So I think it's for that reason I don't want to disable yet, because if I disable and it starts going for Struggle, when the Encore ends, I can't Encore it anymore because it's been using Struggle. So we kind of have to just see this one through. For a little bit longer anyway. And it'll struggle eventually, either way. So anyway, how you guys been? Do anything fun today? Yeah, this is still going to be a little while. So while this is going on, let's think. So there are things that certainly need to change with this team. We're running out of feints as well. There are things that certainly need to change. Indeedee's a bit of a problem. We've seen Indeedee this game. We've seen so many Indeedees tonight. We've only seen one Dondozo, and he didn't even bring it. It's just funny how the meta seems to shift. Because Dondozo's not going anywhere. We'll still see tons in the online ladder. But maybe I need a better way to deal with it in DD and common partners there. Still not convinced by the Masquerain slot, but that's no surprise. So let me check again. Okay, still Encored. Didn't PP up Feint, which I should have. But yeah, not super convinced with the Masquerain slot. I think that even Tailwind in general, I've used Tailwind like once today, and they just matched it immediately. So maybe I don't need to go down the Tailwind route. Maybe look into something else there. But we'll see. My opponent's going to be close to struggling as well. Probably should have been counting, actually. Because we might We might still lose this, believe it or not. I just used disable by accident. Yeah, we might still lose this, so you might actually be sitting through watching me about to lose this game. No, okay, no, here's what we do. Here's what we do. So now, this disable is perfectly timed. I believe. We should be able to encore now and have it start struggling itself. So this is what I had to be careful of. I couldn't let it get to struggle itself and then me not be able to encore it anymore. We still might lose because of how many turns we've got left, but we'll see. Still a lot of damage. This is going to be close. Encore ended, but I think this is the final feint as well. This has got to be the one. And we got it. Thanks for sticking around, the two of you that did. I apologise for that. To everyone everywhere, including my opponent. Wow, we got really fortunate there. Bit of an empty win, but it is what it is. We'll take it. I don't know, after a game like that, maybe maybe this team's not the one. Okay, so new rule: we don't bring Indeedee to. Sorry, we don't bring Sableye to the Indeedee games from now on. Andre, okay. This is an interesting one. Okay, so this looks to me like just straight Tailwind next to Garchomp, and then just Earthquake from there, right? You get the Earthworm in. I think that's how it's pronounced, I guess. Earthworm, I don't know. Which is immune to ground type moves. So I guess that's what they're going with. The Worm is pretty slow as well, so it's kind of their Trick Room answer. But if I can get Trick Room up, I'd be in a pretty good spot. I have to be careful with the Ceruledge. I can't fake that out. I think this is what we do. We go Tyranitar in the lead, threaten the damage next to Hariyama, because I think they might lead the Ceruledge. They're going to lead the Ceruledge or the Kilowattrel. And then in the back, I think Armarouge, I would like a late game Trick Room. Yeah, I think this is the play. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. Kilowattrel Garchomp. So they're just going in immediately with the Tailwind. Earthquake plays. So my play here is easy. I say that, I mean, I might just knock out the Kilowattrel, which is not necessarily what I want to do when they go for the Trick Room. But I can't not fake out Garchomp. So if I knock out the Kilowattrel and they bring in the Quaquaval, I think it's called, then that could be a real problem. So I'm kind of giving them a free switch here as well. We're going to do this anyway. We kind of have to. So they don't protect. So there's the Tailwind. Yeah, I want to save my Terror as well because I want to terrestrialize Armor Rouge. This might not knock out Kilowattrel then. Is that a Sash? Not that it matters if it is because the Sandstorm's going to knock it out. It is a Sash. Sandstorm's going to finish it off. So they get a free switch, which isn't fantastic, but you know, what else am I going to do in this situation? And it's an Earthworm, which is not a particularly fast Pokemon, but they obviously want to just start spamming Earthquake, which is fine. I wonder how much Low Kick would do to the Earthworm. We're not going to find out because I'm going to dead the Garchomp, or start to dead the Garchomp anyway. Is there something I'm missing here? Is this going to be like a body press? So my Tyranitar is going down either way? Possibly, but this is our play for sure. Wide Guard and crunch the Garchomp. If we get Garchomp gone, then I'm feeling much happier. Yeah, there's the Earthquake. Cool, full shiny team for my opponent. Not that you can tell from the Garchomp, but... So the Earth Eater ability... Oh, his body press as well. We actually survive. Wow. And does the Rough Skin finish us off? It does, which is good. I'm pleased with that. Now, I think we need to get Dragapult in. I'm sure Dragapult outspeeds the Earthworm, right? There's no way that it doesn't. Earthworm is not a fast Pokemon. It outsped a Tyranitar, but whatever. Tyranitar's not exactly speeding Gonzalez, is it? Could Terrestrialize into Fairy. That's also an option in case a Dragon Claw comes out. But I think this is our play, and we keep... If it's Armor Rouge in the back, I really do need to be careful. We're going to do it again. So they withdraw Garchomp. Not Armor Rouge, Ceruledge, if that's Ceruledge. They have Sylveon in the back. Okay, that's a nice Pokemon to switch in. So really nice switch from my opponent there. Glad I didn't Terrestrialize. And the Dragon Darts, that will double into Earthworm. Not that it really matters. It gets Shed Tail, which we might see. No, it's just a straight body press. They're whittling us down, which isn't ideal. They know we've got Wide Guard as well. We might just see the single target moves come out from Sylveon. But I'm not going to not Wide Guard. Not going to give them the option. I want that Tailwind gone, but can't force it. Okay, here's what we do. We do the same thing again with Hariyama. We're just going to keep Wide Guarding because there's a chance we survive this turn if they just go for the Hyper Voice. If they don't go for the Hyper Voice and they target that slot anyway, then we get knocked out anyway. So it is what it is. But we're going to keep Dragapult around. Because then we're faster than everything on the field from that point onwards. And we've got Disable as well. Yawn. Okay. And it is the Shed Tail. That was a nice play from my opponent. Stopped me knocking out the... They knew I would wide guard. They knew I would. And I wasn't going to go for the close combat to that slot. So Shed Tail, so they get the substitute up. Okay, but we're still in a bit of a deadlock though. Talwyn's gone. They kind of need to protect with Garchomp anyway, because if that substitute works how I think it does, and that it's a normal substitute, even that took half of for himself, then we should get the KO either way. I'm still going to do this. They might protect, but this is our play all day long. So that's a protect. That's going first. So that's definitely a protect. I know it's a terrestrialization. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's a bit rough. Steel type, maybe? Ground type. Okay, so I don't think the Dragon Darts... It's going to take both of them to be able to get that gone. Oh, it actually did knock it. So I think that will knock it out then. It's less than a quarter of HP left. There we go. Cool. Job done. Garchomp gone. Set up a substitute, terrestrialized it and everything, and it's gone either way. So the Yawn comes out. I mean, from this point, do I even switch in Armor Rouge and have it take damage? I don't think I do. I don't really know what else Earthworm can do here, if I'm honest. It's not ideal having my Pokemon put to sleep, but I think I kind of... This is probably the safer play. Because if they don't protect, then I just win. Interesting. So, okay. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. And Iron Defense. A bit awkward, but we should sew this one up. Yeah, we should sew this one up. I mean, it's not over yet by any means. We're still not going to terrestrialize because I don't want to face off with these. I want to keep these fairy moves not very effective. Especially because we're dropping our special defense now as well. So the Hyper Voice comes out. I did a lot of damage, and that might actually knock us out on subsequent turn as well. Especially if we see, which we do, we see the Throat Spray come out. Yeah, I think this one might be all over. I can't terrestrialize. But we'll see. I expect it will live this. And I don't expect to live the Hyper Voice, because we're going to get another special defense drop. It's single target. Yeah, nowhere near enough. I wonder... No, Energy Ball. They actually go for the Yawn. So they obviously have Protect as well. We haven't seen it yet. They obviously have it. Yeah, there we go. So playing it safe. I don't think we're going to win this one, unfortunately. Super close game, though. Yeah, I don't think we can take even one Hyper Voice. Taking their time, not sure why. There's only one move you make here. Yeah, all the Terra Blast gets the job done as well, yeah. Should have been Hyper Voice, that's a bit stronger. But there we go. So, unfortunately, we didn't get the win this time. Super close, though. Definitely could have, if we'd have made a couple of different plays, but my opponent played that one well. Yeah, what else could you do there? Switch out Hariyama to Armor Rouge, which was an option, but we didn't go for it. Okay, we're gonna get one more win. We're gonna get one more win. We're gonna go even at least, even though the game before this was morally a loss. Graham. No Dondozo. Why is there no Dondozo today? Literally not a single one has appeared on the field. Only one has appeared on a team and it didn't appear on the field. This is interesting. So this is hard Trick Room, as hard as it gets. They've got the Tailwind option with Braviary. No Indeedee. That is Slowbro with Mudsdale. So that's Swagger into Own Tempo. So they are going in with the Trick Room. Yeah, this is what we do all day long. It's this lead, because we fake out and then we just terrestrialize and try to destroy from there. Because I expect them to lead Hariyama plus one of their Trick Room Pokemon. So this is what we're going to do. Armor Rouge is a bit threatened here, but also it's not. Sableye looks good here as well, just to mess them up a bit. And Armor Rouge as well. Yeah, this is what we're going to go with. I don't really want to see the Hatterini. I'd rather see either the Armor Rouge or the Slowbro. But looking at that trainer picture, it might be an inkling of what I'm about to see. And it was, look at that. So it is, as I said, it would be the Trick Room setter plus Hariyama. They want to fake out, of course. We've got the faster fake out, I assume. I'm very interested to see what items on this Hatterini, because it can block Spore and stuff. So we might even see the what's it called? Covert Cloak, which I've not seen yet. So we're not going to knock it out in one hit. We might just trade fake outs. The original plan was to fake out their Hariyama, but that's not going to happen now. Yeah, this is what we do all day long. So there's our fake out. They don't fake out, so they're just going in onto Tyranitar with the knockoff. But it's Covert Cloak. Okay, so it is. Yeah, maybe predicting us to switch out there. Yeah, that's a Trick Room mode that's difficult to stop, let me tell you. So we're in a bit of trouble. There's the Flamer. We are in a bit of trouble here. They just Psychic Hariyama and go after... Tyranitar. So what I'm going to do is, just in case they go for the Dazzling Gleam, I'm going to switch Sableye. So just in case they go for Dazzling Gleam instead of the Psychic. But I feel like it should just be Psychic, right? It should be Psychic and Close Combat. So it was actually the Dazzling Gleam. So glad we went for the Wide Guard. Still in a bit of a tough spot. But the right play. And the Brick Break. What's cool is we are successfully stalling out the Trick Room here. And Hatterini's taking damage from the sand as well. And what's also really cool is I'm about to encore this this Hariyama. They might even switch out the Hatterini, expecting the Fake Out. But of course the Fake Out's not coming. We're just going to do the same thing again. And we're going to encore the Hariyama. So no switches or anything. Another Dazzling Gleam. So they just do the same thing again. This is perfect. This is us just wasting Trick Room turns. And another Brick Break goes into Sableye again. Perfect. Now, what I wonder here is if they finally just go for a Psychic. I'm going to Wide Guard again. I don't think this is going to knock out, unfortunately, as cool as that would be. But it will knock it into sand range. Yeah, there's no reason not to do this. They keep going for the Dazzling Gleam, so that's up to them. They're staying in. So they're going to Brick Break Hariyama. And I'll be interested to see what else they go for. They just go for the Dazzling Gleam again. Do they not have another attacking move? I find that hard to believe. Look at the damage on that. Crazy. And Hatterini's gone. So one Trick Room set down. I imagine they've got at least one other in the back. Hariyama's getting ticked down. I mean, we've not done any damage to this Hariyama. It's just all been burn and sand chip. What's coming in? Braviary's coming in. Which is great. I'm really pleased to see that because they're getting ready to set up a Tailwind, aren't they? Yeah, they are. Do I want to just dead the Hariyama here? Because I could. They're not expecting this to happen. Yeah, we're going to do that because one more turn of Encore. We're going to disable it as well. They need to switch out Hariyama here, but I don't necessarily think they're going to because they're not expecting this. So if we do this and they keep the Hariyama in, which they do, and they go for the Tailwind, I think I win. Brick Break is disabled. Oh, how is that? How is that possible? Their Braviary is also built for Trick Room, apparently. That's a bit rough, but that's fine because Trick Room's going to end. So we should outspeed the Braviary anyway. Because if that's underspeeding my Hariyama, that's going to underspeed my Tyranitar as well. I can't remember what else they have in the back, though. But this means their team is full on hard trick room. Oh, there we go. That's what they had in the back. They had the disconnection. They had the rage quit in the back. Interesting strategy. I've yet to see that win a game. The old rage quit. But there we go. We got one right there. First ever rage quit on stream. Sableye will do that to you. Sableye will do that to you. Okay, so I said we get one more win, so we go even. That's it. That is it. We've been kind of bouncing back and forth the whole evening. So we're going to call it a day there, I think. Let's have a look, see if it's updated our rank as well. There we go, 16 and 16. So yeah, it wasn't us that disconnected. I didn't think it was. So I'm going to head off, guys. Thanks a lot for joining me today. Thanks for watching. Bit of a slow one with some of these games, but that's kind of the way the team has been. I'm going to think of a way to fix that and come back with it again. I might even switch back to last week's team as well. Last week's team's probably... it's definitely not the last we've seen of it. It's just that good. It's just that good. So again, thanks for watching, guys.